Hey you folks, Quillyteen here, and welcome to another episode of Let's Play a Little Factorio. I expect this to be a series that's only going to be 3 or 4 episodes. We'll get through the basics of some of the early Factorio stuff. We might add it to our live stream schedule, or we might do something else. We'll see how it goes. I can't commit to a full series right now because we do have a very full schedule. So right now we're still at the stage where all of our mining and smelting is being done manually by dumping coal everywhere, which is a pain in the butt. So one of the first things we'd like to do is replace our burner mines, maybe with electric ones. Let me go and build a bunch of these electric drills. That'll serve us really well. But the other thing we're going to need are a lot more transport belts. And in fact, I'm going to go and bulk queue these as well. So we're going to have a whole lot. We're definitely going to need a lot. It'd be nice to have maybe a few more electric poles, although I think we're going to be good for a little while longer. May as well keep grabbing this while it's here, and we'll wait for things. Okay, so we've got a few mining drills. Let's go ahead and dismantle our current setup here. That was still smelting, but that's okay. We'll grab all that stuff. And you know what? Let me grab this too. Our inventory is going to be full of coal. Alright, so what we have here is we already have one track up top that is full of coal. We can get iron from here. We want to get iron smelting automated. So let's get our stone furnaces here. Well, there's a bunch of different ways to do it. I mean, we can still dump things directly into the stone furnaces, but how do we get coal down here? We could get it all down. I think I would feel much better if what you can imagine is this sort of track. Okay, we have a track here. And let's assume with this track, is there a way that on this track, I don't know if you can tell over here, that the belt is only half being used, right? This is only one side of the belt is being used. Can we, on the same belt, get our iron and our copper ore on there? And the answer is most definitely yes. There are certain rules in Factorio about how things will get dumped onto things. Let's say, for example, I mean, I could do this. That's not a really good organization. Let's get, I don't know, something like this. 1, 2, 3 of the iron ore mines here. And then we're going to get some belts that come off of that. So they're going to dump their iron ore on the belts, and they will dump it on the close side. And if this belt going north, if we introduce it like this, it actually doesn't matter which side of the belt this stuff is dumping on. This, as soon as it reaches this, it will just end up on the left side of the belt. And if we think about the same thing for our copper mining, so we'll get a bunch of copper mines, and again, or a bunch of copper, drills. And it doesn't matter where they are. Let's try to do this. I don't know, that. And, I don't know, put one over here. And then let's get everything fed off of this. So we'll do that, and we'll do that. And as long as this comes in, now that will mess it up. This corner will cause things to sort of stay on a particular side. So what we want to do is actually just connect this a little higher up. There we go. Oh, there we go, like that. So now what's going to happen is all the iron will be on the left side and all the copper will be on the right-hand side, and they'll be really nicely organized coming down there. Let's go and get some electric cables and get these hooked up. So if I get that there, and it looks like that there will cover everything. And then across the road that way, that looks pretty nice. And then let's actually get the power going this way, because I think it'll get in our way a little bit less for the next step. Oh, that's not good. Right there. There's a way to do it. If I just click and drag. Oh yeah, it automatically does it. I forgot about that. That's such a nice time-saving feature. So if I just click and hold and then move, it'll space them out automatically. And I know we'll do that. It'll look ugly for now, but that's okay. So that should be our automated mining up and running. There we go. So this is all going to get really, really nicely up and running. So then we want to get the smelting going on, right? So we get this here. Actually, I'm starting to second guess having a centralized line for this, because we don't have splitters or anything like that. I guess we'll need 2 for coal. Well, that's okay. Let's run it all the way up, just as close as we can get, and that'll be fine. So let's get our furnaces down. Sure, we'll get 6. That's going to be fine. Yeah, later on we'll need some more sophisticated structure, but that's okay. And how do we get these running? Well, we are going to need Yeah, it's sucky without splitters. It's funny, when you play for a while and you're used to like the advanced tech and then all of a sudden you don't have that anymore, you end up with slightly silly stuff. But this will be okay. We're going to get an inserter here, which is meant to grab things. And it's just going to grab some of this coal as it goes by and load it onto the second beam. And then we're going to grab some inserters over here. Like this, which are going to load coal into our little machines here. And we're going to put this cable. I'm actually going to move those poles to get them back. There we go. Save a few posts. Oh, we do have to reconnect that down there. Okay, so these are going to be filled with coal and get their fuel going on. Bit of competition, but they should be okay once it gets started. We'll come up with a smarter thing for this a little bit sooner. There's a bunch of different ways we can sort this out. But then we'll get some more inserters on the other side. We'll need a few more built. And here we want to grab the steel. It's actually better if you sort of pair them up. Makes it a lot easier to get the electricity flowing the way you want. Although in this case, I don't know if it's going to matter. There we go. 2 poles. And now we've got our smelting operation going on again. Now, the one downside is that currently, these aren't being dumped anywhere. Oh, shoot. We're under attack. We're under attack down here by some big monsters. There we go. They've all been taken out. But some things have been damaged. We can repair damaged objects. Oh, there's some more. Is there? There's still an alert going on, but it seems fine. These repair packs you use, and you just hold them on something, and it will repair them. That's the first sign that we're going to have to start worrying about stuff, and I'm worried I'm not going to be going fast enough with my attempting to explain. But at least now we never have to worry about filling this stuff with coal. We can get another row of stone furnaces. There we go, total is 6. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. Like that. We'll need another one of these coal lines. We'll definitely be optimizing that later on. But for now, it's going to work okay. You can actually, no, I'll just use regular inserters. Even though a coal-powered one, a burner one, would work fine there. And then we need some more. So you need a lot of these inserters later on. And then there's other types of inserters. Long-handled ones, smart ones, fast ones. There we go. And power, power, and power. And then we're going to grab some more over there. Just have to make sure the direction is good on these. There we are. Oh, if you tap Alt, you'll actually see what these are producing and or containing. Like that. Just have to wait for more of the fuel to get down. It'll get down there at this point. It'll be fine. We're mining it at a perfectly fine rate here, hopefully. And we can expand this. And we can tune this a million different ways to be much, much better. Okay. So that's good. So now we've got all of our basic resources being done. Everything else we can build in our inventory. Combat. Okay, the next thing we're going to need to do is actually start teching up. We've got labs here. I'm going to build a couple of labs. Labs do require electricity. I'll build it right over here. This is where most of my resource will be. You can see it takes a lot of stuff to build these labs. You need a lot of electronic circuits, which need a lot of copper. Oh, shoot, we're being attacked again. Anything else? No? Alright, yeah, we definitely need to get our tech up so that we can defend ourselves against this nonsense later on. Did we really go through all that? Hold on, did I break something down here? Oh, it is broken. Oh, shoot, I did not realize that. That's not good. Still, it's not the end of the world. Let's go and expand this anyway to get some more ore on the thing. Okay. So we got 2 labs done. So let me go and plop them down near our production chain. As soon as you do, your research screen comes up for the first time and asks you what you would like to research. And you can see there's a lot of stuff in here. The very first thing we are going to research, though, is automation. Automation gives us an assembling machine which can build things for us. So right now we have smelters that will take ore and turn into plates. But this machine here, so it'll turn the first thing will turn ore into plates, but let's say we want to build gears. Well, we still have to take the plates and build gears ourselves. Well, this machine will build gears for us, and actually, it'll build anything that only requires 1 or 2 ingredients. Later on, we'll unlock more of that stuff. It also unlocks the long-handled inserters, which have a longer reach, which lets you do a few other things. So we're going to get a couple of these science labs. For the science labs to work, you've got to feed them with beakers. The current science we have only requires 10 beakers, 10 red beakers to finish. So we can produce red beakers. We've got that ability. So I'm going to go and start producing a bunch. It requires copper plates and iron gears, so we're going to produce the iron gears first. I'm queuing up a whole bunch of these beakers. The only downside, we're being attacked down here again. And we're being attacked by progressively more and more. So you just sort of mouse over things and hold space, and it'll auto-target things that are nearby. And we're under attack again. Or there's a complaint, probably because something's disconnected. I wasn't checking the alert. Okay. So there's probably pollution that's reaching one of the nests of these things. Alright, let's dump in some beakers and some beakers. You can see it takes a long time to produce beakers. Even though we only need 10 of them, it takes a long time. And this, I would like it very much if this were producing... There we go. Iron instead. Alright. Get a few more in there, and that will be good. And keep producing the beakers for now. We could maybe build a third lab. We might have a hard time manually keeping all those up. You can see the progress towards automation happening up over here. And I think the first thing we'll probably automate is making some of these red beakers. I don't know, or the gears, I'm not sure. Boom! Alright, so the automation has come in now, so we can get the assembling machines, long-handled inserters. The next thing we will want... Is it automation level 2? No, we can live without that. Logistics, I think we'll want for the underground belts and the splitters. The fast inserters are quite nice too. Or... maybe turrets, actually, at this point. You know what? I think I'm going to feel better if I get the turrets up, especially with all the talking I've got to do. I may not do a very good job of defending our base. Oops. There we go. Okay, yeah. Put that on my little toolbar. Son of a bitch! Yeah, I'm happy we're going to be building turrets. What's he complaining about? Object was destroyed. Oh, yeah. It sure was. And, oh, you're not powered! And you are broken here. That probably happened last time. Okay, yeah, I'm going to appreciate that turret tech to defend these areas here. Again, if you don't like that, you can play in peaceful mode, and then you won't get attacked. You're just going to have the fun of trying to figure out the mechanics of the game. Okay, there we go. That's starting to flow again. Wonderful, that's coming in. Good, we got carcasses all over. Excellent. Okay, I'm also going to get the stone wall tech, I think. It does require we start smelting stone bricks. Yeah, we might be able to live without that. I might just want to get a new type of gun for myself. Alright, let's start going into logistics at this point. That's going to be fine. So let's go and build some gun turrets. And then a whole bunch of bullets. Let's actually max that out. That's going to be fine. We're just going to stay down here and guard the area. Okay, we still got some beakers coming in, which is fine. Okay, we probably have enough. Let me cancel the remaining of those jobs. There we go. Gonna guard our little operation. I don't know where the nest is. I thought they'd show up as red. Alright, turret, done. Did I only queue up one? I thought I made 2. I don't think aiming the turret is important. I think they will automatically aim. They don't need any power. Oh, I might have canceled something inadvertently and done that. And I'm going to put all my bullets in this gun turret. And then again, once this first turret gets, or the second turret gets done, we'll make a whole bunch of bullets, both for myself, but also to load this up. So there we go. So they will automatically fire at enemies that come by. We'll load that in there. We'll have to make sure to keep them well saturated. Alright, so this is all working now. How are we looking over here? There we go. I'd much prefer it There we go. And you clear that out. There we go. So I'm no longer doing a balanced thing because the flow ended. These things will grab from either side, but as a result, we ended up with a bit of a screwed up thing. It'd be actually probably a lot better if we had... Well, there's no probably. I know it would be better if we had one coal thing, and then we're sort of splitting this before, but we'll get that going on. All right, we got a bunch more bullets coming in. Let's go and load you up with half. Load you up with the rest. There we go. And I'll just hold on to the rest of the bullets myself to defend myself with. Okay. Logistics coming in. Oh, we're out of beakers. So I could start an assembling machine at this point to get our tech going. I will have to reorganize this to, you know, get things moving again. How do I want to do this? How do we get our main bus going on? This is semi-temporary setup, and I'm really unhappy with it. Okay, I think what we're going to do... I'm going to keep that... Sorry, just thinking. We probably will need more stone, so let's go ahead and put that in. Not necessarily going to grab any more at this point. Okay. Do I want to tear this all apart? I might. Because I think I want our bus going sideways, not vertically. So let's work out a new area right now. Do I want to go towards the right? Let's check the map. I don't think it matters if I go right or left. So let's assume we're going to design a new route. So one thing you can do is end up with... How did I do it last time that I really was happy with? Because there's a bunch of designs on, but I found one... I just did one on my own that I was really excited about. Well, we are going to need some more transport belts. Let's get a bunch of those going on. And we're under attack. But we should see our turrets take some shots. Very nice. Actually, it's probably a good idea to build a couple more turrets up by our power generation. Do I have enough for that? Yeah. There we go. And then a bunch more bullets as well. There we go. We're going to get that set up for defenses. I find it really hard to think and talk at the same time. You know, when you're just playing on your own, it's like, hey, I'll just do this design and everything is good. And then when you're doing it like this, you're like, I don't remember how to play the game anymore. Just finish this turret. I like them in pairs. Later on, we will definitely need a lot more, including some walls to defend with. There we go. So they've got some bullets, and I'm going to make some more. All right, let's keep going on the central thing. I'm going to be okay with that. Oh, do we have smart inserters? Because that would simplify my structure a fair bit. Not yet. Did I break you? There we are. Keep that going. All right, let's go out to the side. Let's just get this going. We'll assume we're going to make a 90-degree turn here. We're not going to do it yet. So this first bit is going to carry our iron and copper. And then we'll get another bit here that is going to be carrying our coal. Cancel you. And I think that's going to be quite sensible. And then we'll keep a flow of coal going up that way. It doesn't need a ton. Let's go ahead and dismantle this. And let me do a little thing here where I've got a box there, an inserter, and I'm just going to use this as a way to dump the coal back in. It's going to try to put it on the far side, and right now it's got lots, so we don't have to worry about that. We don't have our splitter tech, so I guess I'm going to have to go. And I will have to construct a bunch of science here and get that in there so we can start teching up again, because I need logistics. Well, I don't need logistics, but it's going to help. There we go. You guys start going. All right. What I don't like is that is only going to carry one thing at a time. Just the coal, but I guess it's going to be okay. And then I'm going to make an outer line that we're going to dump our plates onto. Both types of plates on the outside. Just not sure about the distance yet. Let's make sure our science is still going. Come over here. You and you. Okay. And let's go and start pulling this stuff apart, because we actually have a lot of stuff right now. Grab all these inserters. So we're just going to sort of reconstruct this somewhere we've got more room. This was easier to do, because it was sort of like low-hanging fruit, but it's not really the future-proofing that we want. You, do. Take everything off on one side. And you know what? I do want to separate the coal from the... iron. Don't I? Or sorry, I mean the copper from the iron. Because I want to guarantee how things get grabbed. Unless we use smart inserters, but we're not going to have that yet. I'm trying to think about a problem using technology I don't have at this time. And the monster attacks might be getting stronger and stronger, so I gotta keep an eye on all that. Alright. Logistics done. There's our smart inserter, which would be kind of helpful to have. So let's go ahead and get that started. Although it's going to need a lot more beakers. Alright, and let's get rid of this electricity, which will stop our mining for a sec, but that's okay. We'll get it going. Alright, and clear all this up. Good, and we won't have to use this anymore. Instead, what we'll use is a splitter. Get a couple of those going on. A splitter just splits a line into two, basically exactly what it says on the tin. So we put it here. Oh, there we go. Can't be on something existing. So it's going to split this into two and evenly balance both lines, which is groovy. All right, and this gets rotated that way, and then we bring this down. It's also better because it operates at a better rate than that one inserter, which is kind of a silly little thing. All right. We've got that. Now we can get our furnaces going again, and if we can get the smart things... the smart inserters, it would be a lot better, because I don't have this composed in a very particularly good way. Unless I want to go... Actually, why don't I? Fuck it. Hang on. Life's going to be a lot better. A lot better. I guess I could have kept that there. Oh, no, I want to pull things off. Life's going to be better if I just run these on separate lines. So here... we're going to use another splitter. Do we have the underground ones? I do. So I'm sure I could set this up better, and there's going to be tons of people yelling in the comments, which is one of the reasons I don't cover this game, generally speaking. There we go. Get that research going again. Just finish that last beaker, and then get the underground things going on. So the underground bits here work exactly like the underground pipes. Like that, because then... oh, it's on the wrong side. That's okay, we can fix that by going here, and then this one will go up, and then to the right, and then there. There we go. And once we get the electricity hooked up here again... well, I'm going to wait before I get the design. But this right here will have coal and iron on the same line. which also has the benefit that when we build our inserters here, technically we want to leave a little bit of extra room for these guys. It hardly matters, but let's say. Plus it'll be easier to walk through. Let's say we've got 6. When we grab an inserter here, this inserter will be grabbing... One inserter will grab both the iron and the coal, which is nice. I guess it doesn't really matter where I put these. And like that, and like that. And let's get these hooked up to the electrical grid again, and then also do that. So we'll start to get our mines operating down here. So that's starting to smelt again, and then our transport belts, we can get some... Oh, we need more transport belts. We're going to automate construction of transport belts later on. There we go. So we overrode some stone over there, but that's totally okay. Okay, so now we have metal plates coming off of here. And what's great about having metal plates on this is we can go and set up our first assemblers very easily. So let's go and get a couple of assembling machines. Trash that. Just build this down here to get it out of the way. There we go. So a bunch of metal plates. So an assembly machine does need power. It also will need some sort of ability to grab things and take things off. I think if we just put them over here, actually, that will be sufficient, because we'll be able to grab a decent number of things here. You're going to grab, and you're also going to put back. And what we're going to do is we're going to tell these machines, you are going to make metal cogs, or gear wheels. So it's going to grab metal plates, and when it finishes building one, the arms always put things on the far end, so that you got this sort of interweaving mechanic. But then we've got a belt that's got both metal plates and gears on it. And we're going to do the same thing on the other side for copper production. I guess we can turn right away, and... Right, the idea here is to do that. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And you're going to grab... no, that was the right way. You're going to grab copper and coal on one side, and then on the other side you're going to be dumping it onto a treadmill. Or a belt. There you go. That'll use a lot less poles. Like that, and we'll get the belts. Like so. Here, we'll make them all end at the same place just to look good. And then we'll get a couple more assemblies. Now, we haven't gotten any pop-ups for a while. I assume these things are still shooting, but are they running low on ammo? I hear something shooting. You guys are fine. Can't really see it on the map. But presumably these guys are firing. They're all good. Okay. So again, a couple of assemblers over here. You are... Oh, we never finished our little coal production. Right. The coal isn't actually reaching here. Because... There. There we go. Alright, metal plates. And you are going to grab... grab that way. And we need a couple more inserters. We need a lot later on. And then you're going to put back. And then here you're going to grab. And you're going to put back. And you guys are going to make... copper cable. Because we're going to need a bunch of that later on too. So there we go. And now what we can do is we can decide what we want to do with all this. One of the things to do at this point in the game is going to be as simple as, let's put a couple of boxes at the end. And give them power. And that will also highlight the fact that we are out of electric poles. There we go. We can queue up a bunch. There we go. We can do that and then figure it out later. Do we have fast? Oh, we do. Good. Let's grab the fast inserters here. Because right now it's only... By default, it grabs from that bottom side. It would be nice if it was also grabbing the gears. Although... I don't know if I had more wood, but I just used a bunch of it. Cancel that. It does, by default, grab from the closest side, so we could have a separate bin for the gears. Which I guess would be okay. Do that, and then get some wooden boxes in there. So gears are going to get stored there, and the same thing here. It's going to grab the cables. I don't know if we need to grab the copper plates, but we might want to. Something like that. There we go. So it'll grab them off at the end of the line, and that should be okay. A lot of times this will be starved as it gets used as we build more factories, but that'll be a start. So I can pick up gears, because if you remember, our things here, we need iron gears and copper plates. So now I can grab gears and copper plates and keep producing more science. And get that in there. But wouldn't it be swell if we could automate the science production? And we can. As long as we can get gears and copper plates to an assembling machine, we can get science to build itself. And in fact, we can even get it to dump things into here as well. This structure is not necessarily well geared to that, but let's go and give it a little bit of effort. Let's go and destroy these. And let's build an area sort of off here, which is going to be our sciencey area. Now let's build some more labs. Let's say we want 6 labs. Something crazy like that. And so we're going to look for something like lab. Do we have no inserters? Bunch of inserters. Obviously we'll need electricity over here. Oops, I'm too far away. Just going to have this lab work while we wait. There we go. Something like... Cancel these jobs. There we go. Put you there. Lab, inserter, and then... So what we want is we want beakers to be coming down off this. And in fact, later on, to future-proof things, we're actually going to want 2 lines over here. So let's assume for now we're just going to have the one line on one side. But we will want stuff on the other side later on. So we want something like this, and I guess the power cables could have been something like that. So that'll empower everything and do this. And what we want is we want red beakers to be flowing onto this. Well, how can we do that? Well, if we get a series of machines... Am I out of... I am out of transport belts. Let's say we get a series of machines, and for the sake of our... I think I'll build them sideways. I don't know. Like this. And we've got our assemblers. So, let's get copper wire, or what is it? No, copper plate and metal gear, or an copper plate and iron gear over here. Well, the copper plates are pretty easy. We can actually just grab them out of this box, and we may as well. This will actually give us a pretty nice buffer. So let's assume we've got another line of stuff going this way. And what side do I want it to be on? If I do this, will it be on the top or the bottom? I don't remember if the vertical bits. Okay, it puts it on top. That I'm very happy with. Because then, as long as we can get the gears, and you are grabbing different things here, which may or may not be what we're looking for. Do we have the smart inserters? That's what we're researching now. Because I want to split just the metal gears out of this. Tell you what, for now... Let me just grab the metal gears and I'll put them in a box. And want to put it on the far side. Let me just put them in the box here. Fill it with metal gears. Put an arm that goes like this. And just like that. And we probably could get rid of that one. And this one. And just put it in the center. Oops. There we go. And work them all. So now the gears will come along the bottom. There we go. That's what we want in the end. And we can temporarily use a little box thing for that, as long as I make sure to keep it filled. And we're going to do that and that. And you'll all want power, and you'll need power on the other side as well. And I'm just going to say you are going to be building red thingies, and you're going to be building red thingies, and then the red thingies will get put onto the conveyor belt, and then we just need to get you some power, which we can connect up over here. There we go. So this will slowly produce red vials for me. And I say slowly because it does take a long time to build those red vials. So let's actually build some extra assembly lines here. 4 is probably going to be sufficient now that I think about it. There we are. And that. There and there. Electricity to cover that side, and we'll need the other side as well. We do need a couple more inserters, and these guys have to be told that they are going to be building the red science packs. That is not a red science pack. That is a red science pack. And then you can eject it. Boom and boom. So they will build slowly, but then load it up. And I'm not sure about the rate. I think these 4 can actually supply about 4 of the science labs. Oh, there we go. More automation. We don't need the level 2 assembly machine yet. We don't need those circuits. Oh, and some of these need green beakers. We don't want to research anything that needs green beakers yet. Optics give us light, which honestly wouldn't be too bad. More lab efficiency, no. Stack size, no. Actually, it's probably a good idea to unlock more military tech. We can get some body armor after that, I think. What do I need? I need electronic circuits and iron wheel gears, which means I need some electric wire. That is probably too much, but that's okay. And I need... I'll pick up all this, that's fine. So I'm going to go and build at least another couple of labs. I'm tempted to go with 6. We might have enough for that. We'll see how the pacing works out. It's possible. But I also need a whole bunch more transport belts, so why don't you go and get started on those. Now, transport belt production is something that we can do. Or that we can automate. Cancel that. Just build what belts you can at this point. I wonder if there's a modifier. I didn't realize that. If there's a modifier I can hold that queues them up differently. There might be. You go there, and more inserters. Oh, it's so nice when you get the system to build your inserters for you later on. And an electric pole. There we go. And more technology. Yeah, we might still end up with a backlog of reds. I'm not sure. Okay, so this gives us the ability to get more bullet damage. I want armor crafting, though. Be nice to get a bit of a suit of armor. By the way, if you do die, it's GG. If the monsters attack you and you can't kill them fast enough and you die, that's just the end of the game. I do have the ability to build a submachine gun now, which will give us a little bit more strength. We can also build a shotgun. I need more wood for that. That is going to be one of the big barriers here. Armor crafting done. Excellent. And let's get automation level 2. It is going to be pretty handy later on. There we go. Let's move our stack of bullets over to the other weapon. You can hit Q to choose your active weapon. So now we got a submachine gun equipped. And armor crafting. So I'll just build that right away. And it'll give me a suit of armor to protect ourselves with. And you are out of gears. So yeah, we do have to get the gears sent over here automatically. And in fact, we're not producing gears quickly enough. We need more of this. Hang on, I'm confused. Oh, I need a lot of iron plates. There we go. 1, 2. I might go with like 6 of these, actually. Because we already need quite a bit of them. And a few more of these. But now that we've unlocked more types of inserters, that will improve a fair bit. You gotta go that way. And then we need some electricity. And you need to be told what you're building, which in this case is gears. Okay, good. Nice backlog over here of resources, which is exactly what we want to see, because it means that we are definitely mining at the rate that we need to keep this going. We actually could maybe use a little bit more metal plate production. Well, we're not seeing a backflow, right, because we're grabbing it from here, which is still okay. If I just canceled this, it would just backlog, and that might be fine, but I might be okay with having a bunch of plates. We'll see what we can change about these. This is nice, because this makes a little bit of a buffer, right? When this is full, we're still producing copper plates here. But we might want to change the way some of this mechanic works later on. Looks like we're not ending up with a backlog of reds, but at the same time, they are being supplied. It might be because we were hitting that peak first, but we might be building them at the same rate. Do we get information about the rate? Takes 5 seconds. But yeah, I don't have that info, so I'm not actually sure what the sweet spot might be. Oh, this one just ran out, and I do have some beakers in my inventory, so I'm going to go ahead and just dump them in here. But I think we need one more red beaker lab. I'm sure there's very exact numbers you can find about the exact rate these things get produced, so that you can optimize things. So you want just a tiny bit of a backlog, or ultimately, I mean, I guess if there's any surplus here, it'll fill up completely, which is okay though. But you do want things to fill up, not be empty, because if they're empty, that's a sign that you've got a shortfall somewhere on. Oh, also not enough gears. That's right. That's where the shortfall is actually coming from. Just give me the gears. Give me the gears. We're gonna have to get the gears going here properly. And we can do that. In fact, for now, what I'm going to do... Let me cancel all these. Grab all this. It's going to give me 1,000,000 iron plates in my inventory. But that's okay. We'll use it at some point. I'm going to go and extend this to here. We're going to want this to be underground. Actually, I may as well do that now. To go under this. Because we're going to want to be able to run things there. And let me build a smart inserter. Build a few, just to say. Smart inserters are very cool because you can tell them what to grab. 2 turrets are engaged in combat. That's in the south. Hopefully they're okay. Smart inserters. You're going to do this, and by default they don't grab anything at all. But you tell them what they are supposed to grab, and in this case I want them to only grab gears. They also run at the same speed as fast inserters. They run very quickly. So we'll let that finish here because that's fine. Alright, so these guns were just engaged in things. No, they got a good amount of ammo still, so we're still fine. And I guess we'll put a cut in here, but now... Okay, we've got our red beaker production going well. Is this... Oh, I don't have any research. My god. Let's finish all the things that just need red beakers. We're going to run out of those relatively soon. I'm not saying the lighting is critical, although it'll look nice to have. And it goes really, really, really fast. There we go. So now this is running properly again, and hopefully it'll be okay. The red beakers are only part of the equation. The next thing we're going to need very soon are green beakers. Now, we can produce them ourselves. It does take a long time. It requires that you first build an inserter and a transport belt, and then it still takes 6 units of time for each and every one of these. That is brutal. Can we automatically build inserters and transport belts? Well, transport belts only need 2 ingredients. Iron plates, iron gears. That's pretty easy. The inserters need 3 ingredients, which means the inserters are going to need the level 2 automation, which we have unlocked, which is good. But they also need like a lot of stuff to get to them, so we'll have to see how it goes. But we can start building transport belts, and then we're going to try to do that next time. Try to extend out our little structure over here to do that. We actually, this central bus really doesn't need to exist anymore. We almost want our central bus to actually be the copper plates and the wires and the gears and the iron plates now. And I think that's exactly what's going to happen. Green, you know, these are red, but they're not critical upgrades. Oh, we'll get the stone walls. That'll be fine. Well, all right, we're going to put a cut in here. When we come back next time, we'll work on our green beaker tech, which also has the bonus that it's going to automate the production of inserters and the transport belts, the regular level transport belts for us, which might mean we end up manually building them a little less often. But honestly, it's pretty easy to build a few of those when we need them. Maybe the transport belts. It's nice to pick up a few hundred of them for long runs. But for now, that's it. Thanks for watching, folks. See you next time.